Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Eveangel Savage on your Supercalifragilistic moments. It's Monday, you all. It's beautiful outside. We're still getting the residue of the snow. As you can see, it's a bright, sunshiny kind of day. The snow tends to have that kind of effect on us when it snows. It's pretty and white and it's radiant and it makes everything so bright and clear, and I'm just super excited. Are you glad to be alive today? Hey Katisha, good to see you, lovely lady. Have missed you guys. Hey Miss Gloristine, good to see you. Thank you for all your help on yesterday. I appreciate you. Very excited about what God is doing in the land right now. He is amazing, and so are all of you. Hello. So I'm here today, right? I started this series, Supercalifragilistic. How many of you know what that means? Supercalifragilistic, espialidocious. Anybody ever heard of that from the Mary Poppins series back in the day? She came up with that and it made its way to the dictionary, and it simply means fantastic. And I believe that we all are, and we all have a special something. So I decided that, hey, what the heck? We might as well do something that's going to inspire people and inspire them every day. Yes, I'm super excited. So I hope you're doing well, you and the family. Happy New Year to everyone. If I haven't seen you, if the first time I've seen you, good to see you, and it's good to be seen. So I thank all of you for being here today. We're talking about bathing in motivation. Hello, Najima Matthews. Thank you for joining. Bathing in motivation. What is motivation? What does that mean to you? For some, it means something different. But let me tell you, in this world out here, we're all trying to, good morning, make things happen. And remember, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you, right? The very first rule, right? So in seeking everything through God and his promises that he's laid out for us in the Bible are yes and amen. And they're so plentiful, right? If you know your word and you're reading it and eating it, one word of motivation that I'd like to add first and foremost, beyond seeking first and then it shall be added unto you, is dominate. Whatever you're trying to do, be sure. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Dominate whatever that something is. And what and how do you dominate your something? Well, first of all, you have to learn it, right? Learn that thing, right? And then eat it up, okay? Then sleep it, right? And breathe it. Let me share something with you. I love telling stories. I remember when I started the nonprofit 20 years ago, and here I am, an entrepreneur on my own now. I can't tell you it's easy now. It's not easy, but it requires motivation. And every now and then you have to reflect back on whence you were, right? So I remember back 20-something years ago when I started the nonprofit, and I'm thinking, I knew nothing about nonprofits. Absolutely nothing. When I tell you nothing, and nothing, I mean nothing. But there was a need. When something is on, God has given you something and it's all inspired, and he put something on your heart and you have to birth it. He won't leave you alone. He's going to nudge you and keep nudging you and presenting things to you that makes you move, right? Cracking that whip to make you move. So there was this great need for me to implement something on the north side of the river in order to help our children to grow in an environment that nurtured them as they grew, nurtured their activities, their community activities, kept them involved, and things of that nature to void off juvenile delinquency, right? So, but again, I knew nothing. But here I found myself, oh my goodness, in the research, right? I found myself building websites. I found myself reading every book I could get my hand on. The thing got so tough for me, guys, that I even would find myself with a pencil and a pad at night, just simply I'd wake up. He would wake me up in the middle of the night, and I would find myself with all these ideas flooding in my dreams, right? And I'd have to get up and keep that pencil and pen near, and I would write it down. But then it became a thing. It became such a thing for me that all I did was eat, sleep, and breathe that thing. That was how I dominated. That was how I learned what it was that God had for me. I first had to be willing to do what he asked me to do. And why was that important? It was important because it was necessary to save our children during that time. And this effort continues, right? The efforts continue. Those efforts were joined with redevelopment of our community right after the flood, but somebody had to do it. Somebody had to stand in the gap. Hello, Tina. How are you? Somebody had to stand in the gap during a time when our community was devastated. We had a flood that wiped out homes and neighborhoods and families and lives and just communities. And so we had to bounce back collectively. So my pastor at the time, Bishop Randy B. Royal, my husband, who was the county commissioner at the time, and little old me, who was a mom at home, decided that I didn't decide. It was kind of, dictated for me through God and through my pastor, who said, hey, can you? And then my husband, who says, maybe so. So anyway, it drove me home. It drove me to the place of belonging. It drove me to a place of becoming who I am today. And I thank God for that, because I dominated that nonprofit thing. I dominated in a way that I made a difference. It was impactful. When I say impactful, I didn't have a lot of money, folks. And let me just share with you, I didn't have any money in this deal, but I knew people. And the thing about it was to make it happen. Read, eat, sleep, learn it, eat it, sleep it, and breathe it. That's the only way that you'll make that thing happen. And God will give you the rest. If you just say yes, if you just say yes and be a willing vessel, he's going to move you through the processes that you need to motivate you to make it happen. Sometimes motivation, you don't even have to motivate yourself. You just have to say yes, right? Just say yes. And what's your yes today? What is something that you're needing to do today to make a difference? Most of you right here on my channel today are absolutely amazing individuals who are blazing the trail and have blazed the trail in your businesses, in politics, in entrepreneurship. So many wonderful things that we're doing. What are we doing to reach back and grab the masses? Now that's what I want to talk about today. What are we doing to reach back and grab that one? We have the 99, but we have to go reach for the one, right? And so no one should be lost, right? And so in your domination, in your learning it, in your eating it, in your sleeping it, and in your breathing it, we must make haste towards reaching back. Now, here's what I know, and this is some discovery. We're now right here in front of these mobile devices. This is a mobile smartphone that I'm on, right? We no longer have the big old tanks and CPUs that are sitting inside these big rooms where, hello, right? Thank you so much, where we are, have big old huge monstrous types, archaic size computing systems, but we're on these mobile smartphones. Well, 95% of people own one, right? Most of them are using them. And let me share something with you. People are not going through brick and mortar anymore. They may, because they either have to, they don't really want to, but they have to sometimes. But let me share with you, if you're not making it happen through mobile social support, You need to rethink, because the masses. How many people are you? Good morning, Patricia, all the way from Korea. Good to see you, my darling sister. So, what are you doing? Mobile social support is a really big deal. It was my research. It is my research agenda. It's what I wrote my dissertation on. And the findings were absolutely amazing in understanding that we can now use systems, customized systems, thank you, that reach people in their duress, right? The software that I studied was Addiction Comprehensive Health Enhancement Social Support System. And what that system did was it allowed those who were addicted to be able to have an assessment and a person-centered assessment, and then they were entered into a system called HS, wherever they went, they carried it on their mobile phone. So their mobile phone would literally was their counselor. It was their counselor in need. It was their panic button. It was their meetings when they needed it. It was their support groups when they needed to join one. They were able to be tracked in a way. And some people don't want to be tracked, but some need to be tracked and some want to be tracked. So for whatever it's worth, for those who wanted and desired that, their recovery rate was far greater. The success rate of their sobriety was far greater than anything that could have just been done by a standalone recovery center. So since then, we have decided, I'm looking at how we can build customized systems within our communities, within our ministries, within our businesses, within everything that we do that's going to make a difference in this season. Yes, ma'am, in this season to reach the masses. So I launched a new program today, and the cohorts are about to take off and blaze the trail. It's called Sprinters. It's the Sprinters Mobile Social Support Group, and we're launching tonight. Today is our very first day. We'll be going into the group. It's a mobile social support group, and it's not too late. If you are interested, you are a minister, if you are a program leader, if you are a nonprofit agency, if you are in charge of the lives of men and women, boys and girls, then this is an absolutely amazing program for you to get involved in. What I will be doing as with my expertise in the field. Hello, Katrina, how are you? Thank you so much. And what I'm going to be doing with my expertise in the field is sharing how you can set your systems up in place to assure that you are literally reaching the masses, and that they're right here in front of you. They're right here on their marble phones. They don't have to come to brick and mortar anymore, but you can be a part of their lives right here in a very systematic, customized way. And that's what we're going to be showing you today. So if you are not yet in that group, get into the group. I am so excited about what God is about to do in the lives of so many people who have such a huge charge on their lives. I know so many of you and all the work that you have been doing in our community, and each of you have such amazingly special gifts over your lives. And now we have the ability to reach them right where they are, right where they are. Right where they are. So get inside. It starts tonight. It's tinyurl.com/97 cents. Yes, 97 cents. Hello, Tyree Christopher. This my baby boy. One of my baby boys. That's my baby boy from another mother. And I have my little soldiers on the ground, and I love them so. And yes, this is why I do what I do. I love Black men. I love to encourage them. I love to share a new thought, a different way of thinking about how they can be successful in life, that they don't have to keep going the same direction, but God loves them too. So whatever your something is today, Hello. Whatever your something is today, be sure to dominate in it. Dominate. Learn it, eat it, sleep it, breathe it, and make it happen for yourself. Don't get left behind, and don't leave behind the lost one. Just because you got the 99, God requires, He requires that we go back and get the lost one. So those are your Supercalifragilistic moments with Dr. Eveangel Savage right here on Facebook. I'm super excited about what he's doing. Thank you for joining me from all over the world. Thank you, Patrice, my friend from Korea, my friends right here from on the ground, my soldiers from out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. I love you guys, and go out and be your amazing selves. God has got some amazing things on his agenda for you this year, but you have to have the motivation to make it happen. So be sure, dominate everybody, learn it, eat it, sleep it, and breathe it. And in God's word, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Thank you. Signing off, everyone. Love you guys.